but he keep trying to like, in a sense, shoot his shot. If you and you know,
Yeah.
and he kept trying to do all these like little weird ass pet names for her and shit, and she just wasn't fucking with it.
What the fuck, bro? The fucking
Yeah,
pet names.
yeah. And I was just sitting
Wow.
here like, oh yeah, it still says I'm checking now. It still says laws of attraction.
Dude, are we live right now?
Yeah, yeah, we are.
Fuck. When did we go live, dude? I don't know what
Probably
happened.
like 30 seconds ago. Well,
I hit the
like,
fucking I hit start streaming because like normally you got to hit start streaming and then hit start the stream on YouTube. Like you remember seeing the big button, right?
oh yeah,
I don't know why it started it right off. I guess I got to get on there and change that real quick.
oh yeah, you're
Yeah, I
available.
see it live. There we go. Perfect. Fucking great. Yeah, dude, this shit's funny when you got like that guy that's like hopelessly trying for one of the girls like in your fucking in your group and it just ain't going. It ain't fucking sticking.
Yeah, a lot of times I'm the guy who's be like, all right, and I'll be the guy who's be like, all right, like if this is man style, let him do his thing. But then in the back of my mind, I was like, if this man says one more thing, I swear to God.
Dude, sometimes people just I I can't, dude. I can't. Especially like I'm that guy that like is good friends with all the females like in my group. So like if you say something stupid to one of the females in my group, odds are not only am I gonna know, I'm gonna see. Like and I just can't do it, man. I can't.
I feel that. It's almost like a knee jerk reaction type, like that. Like, did you really think you was just gonna say that? And I can't comment on it,
Fucking actually, dude.
man.
Make sure I put on here yes, made for kids.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's not made for kids.
Are you sure, dude? Like
Oh yeah.
I feel like we're pretty made for kids. I think that's like the whole MO of what we got going on here. Oh, dude, I got 15 subscribers. We got another subscriber up in here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I meant to tell you that before. I don't know. I think we gained them during the last podcast and whatnot.
Dude, I can't get to the normal fucking thing that I'm usually looking at when we're live. It just keeps taking me to some weird fucking thing. Oh, hold up. I think I got there. Think we figured it out. Kind of. Okay, cool. All right, now got the stream. We got everything up and running. Uh, I got the fucking cloud fucking thunderstorm lighting going on, dude. I'm ready for a good talk, dude.
Me too. You
Uh,
ready to get it? You ready to kick it off?
I'm about to advertise it real quick,
All right.
just cause uh I was doing some things with my other family, so I kind of a little late getting on,
Yeah.
and then I got here, dude, and Discord started fucking up, and I was like, God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand, man. The little obstacles. The little obstacles will piss you off, but nothing's gonna stop us though. For sure. For sure. You still there?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I
All
was
right.
typing out the fucking thing that I put on Snapchat and shit. Did you put something out on like Twitter or something?
I'm about to do that right now. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, I'm about to hit up the Facebook, dude.
Hell yeah. Let me see here. Read. Here.
Alrighty.
I just I just put the tweet out. I don't know if you.
Um, I have not yet seen it.
Alright.
Okay, I think I just got it here. There we go. Yeah, I can just quote your tweet instead of retweeting it. I can just quote it.
For sure.
Uh, all right. Well, I think I'm ready to kick it off. If you are.
Yep, I'm ready. Let's get it rocking.
All right. Number 5. I'm having a brain fart. This is how this day is going. Contextless episode 5. Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the shallow mindset with my boy Quan from Truth Out of Context.
Man, it feels good to be back. And if you don't mind me asking, like, what made you come up with this topic of the shallow mindset?
I'm sorry to all my friends, but I have a lot of shallow friends.
Damn.
That is exactly what made me come up with this. And like it's interesting. There's one specifically that doesn't even realize that they're shallow. And what made me really want to talk about the shallow mindset is watching them, and I don't understand, or I don't understand. I don't think they understand fully what's happening. That shallow mindset is not only affecting like how they view others, but how they have viewed themselves. And it was just such an intriguing like it was such an intriguing thing to observe from my point of view, you know?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, man. Because honestly, when you're dealing with with a shallow person, they tend to be a bit delusional, so to say. Because and it's annoying too, because whenever you actually try to like discuss this kind of stuff with them, it's almost like it goes one ear and out the other, or they
Yeah.
just don't want to hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's weird because like a lot of times when you think of a shallow mindset, you very much your first like thought, most people's first thought at least, will probably be the person that understands what they're doing, that they're kind of just a dick in general, and like they fully have a grasp on how they are, you know. But what we don't see a lot is the people talk about the people that are very shallow, but aren't like jackasses about it, like at all, you know. And like sometimes, like I said, they don't even realize that how much being shallow is actually affecting them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because even if you look at a lot of the things that people like want and desire, the people who don't really see anything wrong with it, or they may not act like jackasses about, like you said, they literally try to break it down as if it's some elaborate type scheme. But the fact of the matter is, it's literally just basic things that everyone needs. Because it's like you ever heard, it's like we heard the term that money doesn't buy happiness, correct?
Yeah.
And but people, and I remember this person said, but it helps though. They say, what's fun about being broke and not being able to do what you want to do? I'm like, obviously you need money to be able to live life in this society. That's just obvious. But when
Hmm.
you make it a core factor on whether you're gonna rock with a person or not, that's when you get deemed as shallow.
Yeah. Yeah, and it really shows like how, I guess, shallow your life is realistically. Less about your mindset, but even just you. Like if your whole life is built around getting more money and, you know, being happier because you have more money, then it really just you got to be one of those people who just absolutely cannot bring excitement into your life. Like there are just some people, and I think we all know them, that are just absolutely fucking terrible at making their life something worth fucking living, you know?
Absolutely. Because even going to the next aspect of when it comes to other shallow people dealing with others and whatnot, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen it, especially when it comes to like all the superficial bonds they seem to create. Because we've seen how, in terms of relationships, that it's went. People want to talk about, oh, I got all these options. I can hit this person up whenever I want to, and they may make it seem like it's fun for a period of time. But what they don't talk about is when all that ends and when it all comes crumbling down, how empty they actually feel inside.
Yeah. Yeah, realistically, because if you have a shallow mindset, that is the best way to put it, is you are empty. Like, you're shallow. You can't fit fucking anything in there, dude. Like, and like, I know one thing that I was brought up, and I'm gonna preface this in case they watch this. I love both of you guys to death. But I remember we were all sitting around a fire the other night, two of my friends, and they're just talking about the guys they liked in high school, and I remember dude sitting there listening. I'm just like, oh my god, this is terrible. I looked at two of my other friends there, and I was like, yo, let's play a game. Let's take a shot every time they bring up one of their personalities, bro. And like is terrible. Like it's rough just seeing people bitch and moan about like not having deeper connections, but then refusing to drop like any form of like shallow mindset. And this goes for both girls and guys. Like they
Right.
sit there and they want like these deep connections, but at the same time, like you, they're they're like I said, they're just shallow. There ain't much to them. Like they're not looking for much. They don't require much. They're just they don't even want to get to know you, dude. You just got to be pretty. Like just go be pretty. You're fucking set with these people.
And that's a damn shame too, bro, because we see that shit damn near every time. Because I swear, bro, I literally seen it was one of the most I seen one of the biggest airhead girls of my life. And she was literally like, oh, y'all so focused on what I look like and my body that you don't even get to know me. And I'm like, if literally all you show is pictures of your ass and your body, 9 times out of 10, why the hell would they want to get to know you?
Yeah. And also in general, there's a lot to be spoken about how like if you're gonna be like this, odds are you're gonna attract people that are like this. Like the other day, I watched a movie that put it very, very plainly, and that's just it was some stupid rom com, but at a point they're like, yeah, I'm going for these guys because I like. I think they put it something around like it was something hair, butt, and legs or some shit like that. Like they just focused on the features, and they were like, yeah, this guy is just hair, butt, and legs because that's what I like, hair, butt, and legs. And it's like that's it. That's dude, like they got a great body, so like we'll figure out the rest later. And like guys and girls both do it. Like you'll see the fucking guy. I'm not gonna lie, guys are awful with it. Like girls, a lot of times they won't realize that they're being shallow. Guys don't give a fuck, dude. They know what they're doing. They'll look you right in the eyes and be like, dude, you just straight up aren't attractive enough. Sorry. Like, they just
Mm,
don't give a fuck.
man. And I swear, because I've had some friends, and I've had some friends literally, well, not friends, but more like associates, literally say things like, "Oh yeah, bro, oh yeah, bro, I mess with her." I'm like, bro, and I'm like, bro, you don't even know her. She's like super irritating. And this man looked me straight in my face and said, "You ain't gotta talk to her to do the one thing." So I'm like, so let me get this straight. As soon as you meet her, y'all gonna morph off to some private room and y'all just gonna do it without talking to her?
Dude, I
Like, are
just
you serious?
dude, people. Like, if, I mean, I guess if that's like your thing, fucking shag it, just move on and shit like that. But like, that can't be a fucking fun life to live.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's definitely.
if there's gonna be like something, if you don't want connection shit, which I understand, there's gotta be more like interesting things you can go and do other than use your dick. Like, it ain't even that good. Like, I'm being fucking honest. Like, fucking bitches ain't even that fucking good. Like, I can go find so much more enjoyment going, like, exploring something. Find longer enjoyment going and fucking doing something. Like, I was driving down the road, and I think I finally hit a point in my life where, like, I was genuinely just driving, thinking about, like, how would I feel if I actually, honest to God, like grew up, like, well, I'm already grown up, but got old and went through all that shit and just honestly was just alone all throughout all of it. How would I feel if I spent the rest of my life alone? And I sat there thinking, like, dude, I got friends and shit, like really good friends. I've got so much shit I could do, so many things in life that you could experience and shit like that. I'm finally at a point where I'm like, yeah, maybe getting a relationship would be cool. Like, I guess maybe. But, like, I am not bothered in the slightest if it doesn't happen. Like, there's so much to life that people just miss out on and don't even think about. And I don't get how people can. Because you also notice these shallow people are typically the ones that fixate on having a relationship at all times.
Yes, bro.
Or even
I
if they're
can
not going for the relationship, going for fucking as many bitches or fucking as many dude or whatever the fuck they're into.
absolutely having as many quote unquote options as I possibly can, and even to add to that, because I'm glad you said that. I'm not saying that people aren't gonna like want to have sex or whatever, but one thing people don't seem to realize is it's a moment. For some people, it may be a minute, but nonetheless, after it's
Bro.
over, then what? You know what I'm saying? Like you pay for the person as Uber, and then they just go about their way, and you just sit in bed scrolling through Instagram. It's
Yeah,
like,
dude. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, sure, I didn't get my dick wet, but I had a much better fucking time checking out like the old abandoned fucking high school or some shit and seeing like all that shit, learning about history, or even just fucking playing games, dude. Like, yeah, I guess fucking sex is cool and all, but like it ain't. I feel me personally, I guess I'm kind of old school. I feel like the main pull to it is like the connection you have with the person. So you take away that connection, and I'm like, man, I could literally just go do something better. Like, what do you mean?
oh yeah, I wholeheartedly agree, man. Because another thing that people don't seem to get, especially in terms of that, is because I hear people say all day is, "Oh, well, you don't have to like the person." I'm like, to a degree, yes, you do. Because if you didn't, then why are you doing it?
Dude, if you if you don't like them mentally and all you are is attracted to them physically, bro, that's as shallow as it gets. Like you are fucking not even sitting in the kiddie pool, dude. You just got in there, stood in there. All you got are some wet fucking socks in this kiddie pool, dude.
Oh my god, hell, like to put it bluntly, if you are literally having, if you're literally doing that or having sex with a person that you don't even rock with mentally, then you're not even basically the person. You're basically just with a doll, a blow up doll at that.
Dude, a fucking wet, warm blow up doll. Bruh. I
But
just
people don't. People, oh my fault. We about to say,
I'll let you go.
yeah. right the like you said, just a wet warm blow up now. But people don't want to admit that. They don't want to take a look in the mirror and actually reflect on that because they know deeply that what's being said is the truth.
You see, even if you're like you have a super high libido and fucking just fucking bitches and like having the kinkiest fucking sex of your life is like your thing, I feel like I would like I can make like new memories, do new stuff, make use of that time, like go try something. Even if I don't like it, dude, I at least did something new as opposed to doing the same thing with different people and effectively you notice you talk to people who have high body counts, dude, they don't even remember half of it. Like it just starts blurring in their head. Like
Yep.
you talk to someone who goes out on adventures and travels places and stuff, you never see these people go, oh, I don't know, fucking, I don't remember my trip to the Grand Canyon, dude. Like, I guess it just blurred with all my hikes. Like, nobody fucking says that. Like,
Yeah, that's a fact, man.
this might have happened at the Grand Canyon thing, or this might have happened when I was fucking walking out in the woods down the street. Like, I don't know, it blurs. Like, you don't no. What the fuck?
Yeah, and you saying 100% truth, bro. Because ultimately, because I put myself on the spot, I'm not really too pressed when they be talking about like that kind of stuff because I feel that I'm on a mission and that I have to dedicate my time to what's most important. So if a relationship comes on the way, in a sense, yeah, I won't force it, but it has to all plan out. It can't just be on some, oh well, someone said I should have one, or I'm bored, so I'm just gonna get in one.
Or, and I hate to call out like so many people, but like there are a lot of people out there who feel like there is just absolutely no purpose to be living unless you're living for someone. And I'm like, dude, how shallow of a person can you be? Like, even if you have like the fucking, you see this a lot with the fucking stereotypical fucking white knight nice guys fucking people. They're like, dude, if I'm not living for this chick, what am I fucking living for? And it's like, nothing, dude. That's the point. Like, go fucking find something to live for. What are you here
Right.
for? People aren't worth that much. And most of the time these white knight nice guys are putting people or putting these chicks on a pedestal and they don't even belong there. Like if you actually like, get to know them deeper and past just the shallow basic shit, they're not good people. They're not interesting people, you know?
Man, and it took time. And the crazy part about that is I've literally seen that jump firsthand. Because I will see people, they'll first meet somebody and they'll be getting along and having fun and stuff like that. But then you take a look like months later down the line and you like, damn, do they literally do this shit every damn day? Like, like what's the purpose you got? Like, what
Yeah.
do you actually love to do? What's your passion? And it turns out a lot of people don't have that. They literally will just are basically on a treadmill in life, running in the same place.
Yeah. I just had like an actual like kind of like a big thought and I just lost all of it. I kind of hate it right now. Like it is
Dang,
something that I really wanted to add.
it'll come back to you.
Yeah, it's gonna bug me. Oh, cool. I just hit it. And then you want to know what gets me?
What's up?
People with a shallow mindset. Have you ever noticed? Will sit there and like if they do get in a relationship, if they're like the player types or like if they do finally find quotes the one and they don't know much about these people, they get so buggy and giddy and fucking happy over some really small shit. Like some really dumb shit. And they'll sit there and be like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm with this person. And it's just something so fucking small, stupid, and just you're like, yo, dude, like the crackhead down the street just did that for $1. Like,
Right. Like she bought me some Chick-fil-A.
she
Like,
bought me such bro, dude, I knew she was the one. She brought me food. Like, damn, I wonder if that, like. normal people just go out and get food. Like something your boys will do for you or your girls will do for you. Like, yeah, he went and got me this food. He's always thinking of me, and yet your boys in the fucking line calling you, yo, what you want? You literally just did the same thing.
Oh my god, bro! Like, and it's funny because you literally hear people who say that because it was this girl who was complaining. She was like, "He didn't even ask me if I ate today." I'm like, "But don't you got a phone? Can't you do that for yourself?" Like, and you literally tell
Dude,
other people to be like, don't mess with it if he didn't ask you if you ate. Like, come on.
dude, dude, like I can get like the appeal of having someone who like cares, like if you take care of yourself, but at the same time, there comes a point when like, bro, we gotta grow up. Like, we gotta, dude, you feeding yourself is like one of the basic things, dude. If you ain't hitting that, we got a problem. Especially like
That's
if you're like more old school and you're looking at a relationship as more like an investment and a long term thing. Like, say you want kids. How the fuck this man's supposed to want kids with you if he's got to worry about you eating, let alone the kids eating, bro? Like,
right.
but like I do get the appeal of having that guy there that's like, yeah, he cares for you and shit like that. But like, I bring up the point like these are very basic entry level shit. Like, literally fucking I won't say all because obviously not all from the fact that we're having this conversation, but like 7 out of the next 10 people you talk to are gonna do the basic shit like be like, yo, you want food? Yeah, you want fucking like just these very basic level shit that's like literally anybody can do this for you. Like there
Right.
what is special about this person?
Yeah, you're right, man. Like, and the fact that people have become so delusional to think that, all right, just gonna get with this person solely because they can do these basic things like X, Y, and Z, cook, clean, and whatever. But the fact of the matter is, most people should be learning how to take care of themselves before they actually get into any of that. Because before you're in a relationship, you only have yourself.
Yeah. And then there's always the people that like on top of like the small things, the people with the lists. You always see them. Typically, they're thrown on TV shows just because it's hilarious to watch their stupidly long list of, oh, he's got to be tall, she's got to be fucking, she's got to have an ass. Like these people with this fucking checklist, dude. Like, the fuck you doing with this check? Why are you grocery shopping right now? What the fuck are you doing?
Bro.
You know?
And honestly, in 2021, bro, it's only gotten like a lot crazier because people will justify and defend it and they'll say, "Well, what's wrong with having standards?" and all this other shit. And I'm like, you can have. No one's telling you what you can and can't have. Do what you want. But if you're not even living up to your own expectations, if you're not doing certain things for yourself, like you telling a person that they have to be ripped with like 6 pack abs and all this other stuff, but you literally just sitting on the couch eating cheesecake all damn day. Like, how are you helping yourself? How are you living
See,
up to any
to
standards that you want?
to the people that sit there and say like there's nothing wrong with having standards and shit like that, all I gotta say is you're absolutely right. I am someone who very much is. I try to keep my standards pretty high. Where I argue is, like I said, with the shallow mindset, where your standards lie. Are your standards shallow? Are your standards like he's got to be tall, he's got to have a nice job, and all this sort of shit, as opposed to like getting to know someone and actually finding out if you're compatible or not? Like, where do your standards fall? Like I was gonna bring it up. How many people do you know out there who sat there and like will fall head over heels and like be practically in love with someone that fucking just if you look at them typically they'd hate, right? But just because like they're cute or there's just something about them made them like them, these traits that normally they despise are just fine. They're okay.
Man, it's literally it's like I don't want to try to generalize, but I honestly can say that's probably like 80% of a lot of relationships because the minute people will try to tell you don't mess with this person, they give you all the excuses because you're head over heels in the cupcake phase, because they got because they might be like have a lot of money or whatever. And then as soon as those months come in where everything starts to go downhill and you start to see the real them, then that's when they complaining, and then that's when it becomes the jaded, oh, like men ain't shit, women ain't shit mentality. When if you would have actually looked further and not had such shallow standards,
You'd
you could have
realize they
probably
were
prevented
shallow.
this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shallow mind attracts shallow mind. It's just what it is. If you're going to be, as that fucking movie quote I told you put, if all you're looking for is hair, fucking ass, fucking legs, fucking arms, like if that's all you're looking at, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna miss the fact that there's probably something fucked up deeper in. And then by the point of you making that relationship, like normal people would find that shit out first and then decide if they like them. No, by this point you're knee deep in the relationship. You gotta fucking look at that shit now. Like,
Yep. And then by then, it's literally too late. A person gets damaged, and they gotta spend years getting over that shit to where they think that everybody else has to accommodate their own behavior.
yeah. Yeah, and then like I said, as you brought up, it trails back to that jaded ain't shit mentality where you're just all fucking men are shit and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, damn, dude, maybe if you went for someone that was more than just a nice ass and a nice fuck or nice ass and nice hair, maybe you wouldn't believe that. Or like, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks is like, damn, dude, why is the only thing you're fucking hoes and tricks? Like, come on, dude, we can we can change something, but you gotta change yourself. Like, change starts from
Absolutely.
the inside. Like,
Yeah, you damn right, bro. That was beautiful. And another thing too that I actually wanted to bring up is a lot of people when they may be messing with like a lot of these shallow people, they take another shallow mentality of, oh, I'm not gonna mess with them. I'm gonna mess with a smart person. I'm gonna mess with a smart guy or a smart girl. So I'm like, so let me get this straight. So you think a person being intelligent is literally the key quality that's gonna prevent all this other shit from happening to you again?
no,
Like,
no,
because one thing people
intelligent
don't
people
rec-
can be cunts. In fact,
yes.
statistically, intelligent people usually tend to be bigger cunts because intelligence leads to a superiority complex. I'm actually like that. I'm that person. I tell you, I'm a dick. I'm a complete and utter cunt. I don't think there
Damn.
is a friend I have that I haven't made jokes about to their face. Like, that's just, intelligence doesn't mean you're a good person. Like, if anything, it makes it easier to be worse. Because now you can think about like how to be a cunt.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up. So, and that just all that means is you gotta just really take some time and plan things out. Look at things for the deeper than the surface,
Look,
rather than just some basic qualities.
standards are actually very good. I very much agree with having standards, but you should be looking at your standards not as they are as a person. Well, that was the complete wrong way to say that. My bad. You should not be depicting your standards based off of how they look or position in life. To an extent, we all know those people who sit there at the fucking get fired from a fucking new revolving door job every fucking other week. Like, yeah, maybe not go for them. Maybe don't. But take your standards elsewhere. Look further. Go for compatibility. Actually, like, figure out what it is about the person that's attracting you. And if it's something shallow, take a step back. Like, for example, in my last relationship, it was kind of actually, ironically, the one you just brought up. That shallow mindset of, oh, they're intelligent. Like, I've known my last relationship. I knew the person for almost 8 years, and I just never once cared. But one day, I found out that they were actually really intelligent, and that attracted me to them. They I later found out it didn't matter that they were intelligent because they had a ritual habit of actively not wanting to be. I was already in the relationship dealing with that shit once I found that out. And like I could have just stopped, took some more time and actually like got to understand the compatibility rather than just the surface level of what is, you know?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, man. I'm actually glad that you could. I'm glad that you could actually break that down because a lot of people actually don't have the guts to actually admit that kind of stuff. Usually, you'll just see you'll just see a lot of people just try to blame something on others. But one thing that people don't seem to realize is ultimately you hold the power. So what you allow is ultimately what's gonna happen.
Yeah. You're going to you will attract shallow people yourself if you are shallow. One thing that brings up back on the standards thing, just because you have a long bucket list of things doesn't mean it ain't shallow. You know, I hate to say it, but like if I took and wrote down every single fucking thing that you like require this person to have or be, and like say we even took like we fucking went the extra mile and we got the puffy fucking like letters, I can still throw those letters in the pool and it's gonna be just as shallow.
Absolutely.
Not being shallow, it's hard to explain, sir. At least off the top of my head, I cannot think of a good way to explain it other than you search for compatibility and understanding of certain things. Like you can look at what is and at a very basic level understand that it is there, but not understand a lot about it. Like I said, intelligence, you can look at intelligence, the guy that knows a lot of shit, the guy that understands a lot of things, but not understand that he could just be a right cunt, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. And it was it was actually, and not to mention the fact that man, it was something else. It was something else I was about to ask you as far as standards, but I forgot.
Dude, seems like we're doing a lot of that today.
Yeah, it was it was a good one too. Oh yeah, it's like, but back to like while I remember back to the actual aspect of having like people talk about having options. Like, let me ask you this: what kind of mindset do you think they're under, to where they think that all right, I can do as much, I can have as many options as I want, but I can never be someone else's second or third. Do you think they're suffering from some kind of delusion? Or they have some kind of superiority complex?
No, that's
What you think?
exactly what it is. It's a superiority complex. And even if it's so funny because bringing it up, superiority complexes on the actual like mental state, much like everything to do with the human mind, it's all on a scale and is all very dynamic. You can be like the person that thinks you are absolute shit and like below everyone and still have a superiority complex. In that case of having all these options but not being someone else's second, you know, pick, it's it's a form of superiority complex where you view yourself as very desirable and that you're happy you have these options, you're happy you have all these people like longing for you, that fucking ticks your ego up, but at the same time makes you develops that same superiority complex that makes you think that you're not going to be someone's second pick, because then you're like, well, I'm this desirable, look at all these people.
Oh
And
yeah,
when you speak about not wanting to be someone's second pick, you should be doing it for yourself, not because you view yourself as desirable to the point where you shouldn't be a second pick. Like, you should be someone's first pick because you are just the shit. Like, if that's your reasoning for that, then you are just absolutely and utterly full of shit, full of yourself.
Man, I couldn't have put it any better because ultimately, like, of course, everybody has self esteem, but it's too much actual feeding, like feeding egos, and they literally let them turn their egos turn them into monsters. Because ultimately, man, like, cause I'll be damned if I actually just fight over somebody and just put myself in that position to where I'll pay myself as a lesser and not know my worth because there's nothing wrong with knowing your worth. But as soon as you start trying to take from other people to build yourself up, that's when the trouble lies.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's ironically a very similar form of superiority complex that comes from what we're talking about, where someone is very intelligent and they can be a right cunt, usually with a superiority complex because they view themselves as better, you know? They just do. The intelligence makes them think that. And it's ironic because it's very easy to fall into that trap. Because realistically thinking about intellect and superiority complexes, it's not hard to even be a good person that develops that form of superiority complex because you can be like the nicest person ever, but over time sitting there having shit like explained or like reading shit and just understanding things that you can see other people are just struggling even at their best to understand, it's very easy for it to subconsciously throw you into that form of superiority complex where you're like, well, I just did what they did in like fucking 30 minutes and two. Like it, and it's that form of just feeling better than you are. And it's ironic because it is also a shallow mindset fucking thing. 'Cause you're looking at what is and not anything more than what is, you know? Like, I am
Yeah.
intelligent. I am better, you know? And not looking at the fact that as you're slowly falling into that, you're becoming more and more of a dickhead, making you arguably an even worse person than the fucking people riding the short bus, you know? Well, not saying that people riding the short bus are awful people, but yeah,
Oh yeah,
you know.
oh yeah, oh yeah, they'll understand, brother. But
No, they won't
overall,
understand, but it's okay. We're good. You know
man,
how it is.
hey, I feel.
That that
But
that
overall,
that's gonna be the moment that when we blow up and we're like fucking millions of subscribers in, that they're gonna pull up from 10 years ago and be like, ah, this is it. We gotta cancel him. That's the moment right there.
man, man, we'll see, man. But overall, like my final thoughts as far as people with shallow mindsets are is they really don't. A lot of them basically weren't taught or they've been indoctrinated into believing that all this superficial crap is ultimately going to make them happy because you can talk about money, cars, looks, or whatever under the sun that you want, but the true things that people need are things that give them purpose and fulfillment. And you don't necessarily need a person to give you that for real. Like if you want to get in a relationship, fine, but don't make that the be all and end all of why you're living.
Find
Once
your
you find
passion
out
in
what
life.
yes, sir. Once you find out what you're living for, then everything else will fall into place.
And we live in a time where it's like there's so many different facets to life that you can go out and enjoy or even just try. Like I said earlier, you don't even have to fucking enjoy it, but at least try it, you know. There's so much to life. And a lot of people overthink or even just don't realize that they can just go out and do that. Like especially now, right now, we're in unless you have like a fucking 70 to 100K a year job, you go out fucking quit your job right now, take your pocket change, go out to the Grand Canyon right now and you get back, yeah, you might have to figure some shit out, but it ain't gonna be as hard as you think to figure that shit out. You can do shit like that. Like, I've been there, dude. I quit my job and I just went to Florida. Had no fucking time limit, no nothing, you know? Like, these are things you can do in your life. Like, I don't understand why people are so fixated on the relationship side of things. And it's hilarious because the people that are fixated on having a relationship and wanting, like, that family in life aren't looking deep enough to see the qualities that make a good family. You know?
Yeah. Because how the hell you actually gonna teach a kid in the future about being who they are and fulfillment if you couldn't even find that for yourself?
Dude, if I had a nickel for every time I heard something about someone being cute and then them being told that that person's a dick, and then them just going, "Oh, but he was cute though." Like, damn.
And it just messed up that some, and unfortunately, everyone's not gonna get it the first time or even through this podcast with humor and knowledge. Some people just gonna have to learn the hard way.
Some people aren't even gonna learn, but it's okay because we can just sit back and we can make fun of them.
Give us
Just
more topics.
more topics, more entertainment for ourselves. This is what it'll be.
Absolutely, man.
But as my final little bit to wrap it up, as you touched on people being shallow, I want to touch on people don't let that shallow mindset bounce back at you. You know, I know too many people that are good fucking looking people that sit there and get uppity over stupid little shit or demand that they have to do shit for like no reason. Like, the amount of people that I know that are in shape but aren't exactly at the shape they want and freak the fuck out about it and like all sorts of shit. Dude, don't let that shit happen to you. Just fucking live your life, man. As long as you aren't fucking morbidly obese and dying, dude, who the fuck cares? Just
Exactly.
live life.
Right. Like you can do something that a lot of people can't. You can get up out of bed and walk out in your own power.
Dude, exactly. Like, if
Other people,
you ain't fucking 300 pounds, fucking 5'4", dude. Don't worry about it. It ain't that bad.
yeah, absolutely. Because ultimately, you showed that you cared about yourself, unlike some other people.
Or like the people that'll sit there and be like, yo, I have to go to the gym or something like that. And like, man, I like going to the gym personally. I know, and you said you were just got done working out before that. So like, I know you get it too. But like, if there's something like really interesting going on, but you're like, nah, dude, I have to go to the gym, dude. I can't help but think that the only thing stopping you from having like a great time and like a one out of fucking once in a lifetime chance to fucking go do something and you go into the gym instead is that shallow mindset of you going, dude, I have to look a certain way. Like, my heart breaks
Yeah,
for all you people out there who let their shallow mindset rigidly fucking guide your life.
yeah, me too, man. And then another aspect of that goes into insecurities, but I think we should save that for a later date.
Definitely. So, wrapping it up, my man. We did our final thoughts. I had a good chat with this one. I ain't gonna lie. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, me too.
So, tune in next week at 9. Number 6. I think, what do we got on there?
Well, we have a couple.
I know we got a
Um,
couple.
it's like another one is like, is it impossible to change?
Let's definitely do that one. I'm down for that. Is it
Yeah, me
impossible to
too.
change? That sounds like a good one.
I can't wait. So like my man Rob said, be here at 9 next week on Wednesday, and we'll see you then.
Catch you later.
Peace.